something that Iceberg is comfortable playing.
Radiant team ban.
I don't feel like either game was long enough to really demonstrate why the sides have advantages or not. Like I was. Neither team, like Radiant's also got, I think, a better off lane.
Yeah, I think their off lane and their safe lane are both better.
Yeah.
So.
There's the lane to ban.
Yeah, to be expected.
Well, just have to make sure that they plan enough steps ahead to have that kind of, potentially that gotcha pick, but also have it be something that Iceberg is comfortable playing.
Yeah, I like that Pango banned Ember Spirit. I think you've got to get rid of that. You cannot give Yi Ember with a Darkseer with an Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
You got to be a little cautious about Weaver in this game too. I know you have the Disruptor, but we saw this in the game, was it TNC was playing? If you combine Earth Spirit with any super high reach, high damage core, we saw Storm as well utilized in this role, Ember Spirit, you just immediately are on top of a target and killing it. So sure, Disruptor is great in theory against these cores, but you're just gunning for him. Yep. He's going to die immediately without getting a spell off.
I'm trying to think about other kind of core matchups against the Jug. Like, there used to be stuff. Slark used to be a hero, and he used to be a hero that was pretty good against Jug, but it's probably not anything we're going to be seeing today or in this tournament at all.
I wish. I think that the Kuner, no, that hero just sucks.
Yeah,
for now.
You just wait, I think the thing is that there are certain heroes that people, like, even when they're bad, they're still fans of, but Slark, when he was good, everybody hated him, and so currently, I don't know if anyone is really petitioning for Slark buffs.
Yeah, and he also just, I feel like the items that are good kind of dictate which cores can
Exactly.
So the prominence of Atos, as an example, made Viper Razor real heroes. Yeah. So suddenly they could get something that gives them an active ability. They have no catch, right? But now they do. And you have tons of stats.
The melee SNY patch as well, same thing.
It's like Ursa's nowadays. You don't need to buy the blink, so you can go this drums, bash, or whatever. Slark, it doesn't really matter what changes. You really need a Shadow Blade, or you need like a Midas into blink, neither of which feel very good right now. You're not a hero that can ever just go stat items like, oh, I'll buy drums diffusal and fight early. Like that's not Slark.
That's not how it works.
No.
Okay, so Tide getting banned out. Obviously not a hero that Keen would be considering at all. So the Beastmaster is still in the pool, but Keen opting not to ban it. Why do you think they banned like the Tide over the...
Earth Spirit and Darkseer kind of own Beast. It's a very tough game for you. It might still be pickable just because you have the synergy, and I think whenever you have Hawks with Disruptor synergy, it's really nice just to abuse vision. It's a concept we talked about yesterday. There's certain heroes, Batrider is one of them as well, that are vision consumers. If you give them information, they'll be able to turn that into resources, into kills. Yeah. There's other heroes that provide it, so you need to have both in an ideal draft. The Tusk is interesting. It's really strong kill potential support, so they're going to probably look to have him roam. And it's nice against Darkseer specifically because the surge away doesn't really help so much, especially around a
If the ramp gets blocked or something, that's it's super scary. And I mean also, well, I guess not so much these days. You can still provide a little bit of vision, but not to the same extent as when you still had Sigil.
Yeah. Makes PL look kind of nice for Keen. A Terrorblade as well could be really, really strong. Yeah. As a fourth pick, I think. You can go with your offlaner here. Well, sorry, not your offlaner, your 5 position.
Yeah, your 5.
And Is Wyvern available? It is.
There's still plenty of good 5s in this spot. I think they could even, given that Earth Spirit can kind of play up.
Jakiro, yeah.
Yeah, he called it.
It's because of the Ice Path, right? We talked about it
the Ice Path
before.
vacuum is too easy.
It's not great against the Jug, theoretically, but it's super good against Tusk, because if you can kind of suss out where his snowball's going and you drop Ice Path down,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, and just strong laning hero as well. So if Keen want to keep the options open to be just that. I know we talked about it. We wanted to see really strong laning on both sides of this game, but when you have a game like that where both teams are just kind of all in on the early game, if you can be the team that all of a sudden escalates, and you're like, oh no, we have more team fight or we have more late game, that can be a really big advantage. So if you can like sneak a Spectre into a lineup in a situation where it's not expected, that can win you the game.
I agree. I just think that goes against the concept of what's won game so far.
Exactly. That's
it's
not
just
what this
too
series
slow,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I like, so far, you can see both teams kind of recognizing, all right, enough of this. Super active lineups.
Yeah.
Tons of damage, strong lanes. LC specifically does not fear either support too much.
It's a cool Terrorblade deterrent as well, right? It pushes them away from that TP idea, and now all of a sudden Keen are just like, okay, instead we're going to get the stable carry, and mid lane is potentially going to be more of our game winner.
You've got to ban OD now if you're Keen Gaming. That is not a hero you can allow to slip through in this stage, especially against an LC. It's just, a BKB on OD just terrifies me looking at Keen. And if you're the Pango, you're not sure what role this troll is going to be in.
Keen's hard lockdown is also kind of bad, to be honest. Like they got a silence and an ice path.
Yeah, Pango actually banned the OD. Maybe they're expecting perhaps a block pick. It is decent in both sides. You want to, if you have any sort of hard save mechanic against the duel, you just neutralize LC as a hero concept entirely.
And it's like the only core that really does it, right? All of the other hard saving heroes are pretty much supports.
Yep. I think Death Prophet's a possibility here. Just, you want a stable hero for Keen. I prefer a mid hero and just let Troll play bottom. You could do something weird and go like Necro. I don't know. You got options.
Yeah.
How do they both measure up so far in terms of lanes? That's what we were focusing on, wasn't it?
Pretty even, I'd say.
I think I like Keen just a little bit more, but mostly just because I think the Disruptor can end up looking a little bit weak in lane, and they've got the Jakiro to hold down the one lane, and they've got this potential for like the Earth Spirit either playing with the Darkseer or he picks up an Ion Shell and goes somewhere else. The Earth Spirit has a lot of room where he can influence the lanes. Like if the Pango play too far up in their off lane, Earth Spirit TP's in at level 2, he's got a level 2 Ion Shell on him, that lane just gets wiped out in one rotation. But they go for Lifestealer, so I suppose they're putting the Troll mid, and they are going to have the Lifestealer in the safe lane.
Yeah, but this is very, very rarely a Midas Radiance Lifestealer. I expect the Armlet, I think it's going to play very fast, and they're going to do something similar to what we saw the other day, where just all around this Darkseer, and you constantly have these melee heroes swarming forwards.
This is my favorite strat with Darkseer. It's just the big dumb cores, and you just put Ion Shells on them, and you just surge them in, and you just tell them to go.
Yep.
And it doesn't require a whole lot of finesse, and it's very simple to execute.
Is Dusa not banned?
No, not banned.
Well, there you go.
Do you think that's the answer for the Pango?
I think so. You've got a cleanse.
I like the Storm.
All right.
In the absence of lockdown, I like the Storm Spirit.
It's true. I mean, Blitz is going to be happy. He gets a game 3 with the Storm included. There isn't much catch, and it's a different concept. I like it. Deuces may be better theoretically as a concept against these heroes, but the way the series has gone so far, you want Iceberg on something active.
Yeah.
There's not much to deal with this hero, and as soon as he gets that second, third item, that reach potential, it's going to be able to sort of counteract a bit of the superior team fight of Keen, but they'll be able to have the reach advantage, hopefully kill a support before the engagement actually starts.
Okay. Final thoughts?
Oh, it's tough. I don't think it's quite as good of a Storm game as the last one. Just a little bit worse. Their Tricore is maybe a tiny bit greedier, and I really think that the Ion Shell strat with the Lifestealer and the Troll is going to win out, so I'm going with Keen.
I'm going with the crowd. Pango.
Okay.
All right. I like it. Split decision here on the panel. We like those, don't we? Yeah, let's head over to our commentary team for game number 3. Hold on to your seats for a right old ride.
the classic one-sided game 1 and 2, and now we're going to have a cracker of a game 3 between Pango and Keen Gaming for elimination, and who's going to be moving on here at ESL 1 Mumbai. With last pick Storm, how do you feel?
I think I like it. But like the Orchid build, I think in this game especially is going to have a ton of value.
So it's a free Storm game?
No, I think it's like, I'll take it like 70% of the way there.
Okay.
I actually think King's going to win. And I don't like going against my boy, but I think this one will be the one where I'm going to have to do it to him.
Why do you think they're going to win, though? I mean, you said it's a 70% free Storm game.
I don't know. I think that the rest of the heroes are going to make a bigger impact. I'm not sure how I feel about this Legion pick.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. And I know you always feel like it's not just about the disables for Storm Spirit, it's about whether or not he can burst heroes down. And that is a little difficult with some of these heroes from Keen, right?
Yeah.
They're all relatively tanky.
I'll say that playing Storm, like what counters you is either mass disable or like AoE disable or just tanky heroes that you can't just burst down because eventually you run out of mana, right? That's the way that this works. And heals really destroy you too. Like any form of healing really hurts Storm.
And we're definitely going to see that from Old 11. He's going to build Greaves.
He's going to get
Darks here.
Because the way that works is you have this, when you zip in, you rely so heavily on your burst damage and you use the majority of your mana, right, for this. So if you don't burst somebody down, it kind of like forces you to do a lot of more inefficient rolls. Like any Storm knows about this. When you're playing against like 5-man push lineups that can just like sustain, you feel really useless.
Split of the bounty runes this time. Keen will not let that go.
Pick up some bounty runes. Don't do this to yourselves.
They set themselves up a little bit better this time.
Like 2,000 gold in favor of Pango and just bounty runes 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
If you want to win this series, you can't let stuff like that slide.
So we're going to go aggro for Keen, which is going to leave them with the Legion versus Lifestealer matchup, which I don't think is bad for Legion in any one way. It looks like they just want to pressure this Darkseer Earth Spirit as much as possible, not let them get that big advantage they usually do with the presence of a double Ion Shell duo.
Iceberg's actually really good at Storm, like the laning. The way that he does things, like how he sets up for CS, is really smart. I could just talk about this all day. Like in between hits, he's going to drop a Remnant here. He has an Overload hit. He'll get a right click off onto the Troll, slow it so that it disrupts his range attack.
Oh, but Dark's coming in. He was definitely going to win that man fight, but with the extra support, he's going to have to back away, and Dark's going to make sure he stays zoned until he goes all the way around. Kaka with the double pull coming in.
He's actually forcing him all the way around.
Wow, look at that, Dark. That's a big win.
This is the help Iceberg, or help you beat Iceberg at all costs kind of situation.
And now with the Ion Shell, 11 and Kaka can farm this double wave up. Oh, you lost control of it. Bring it back, okay.
Take it over. Relax.
How does the Troll Storm matchup go? Do you like it?
I think it's okay for Storm. I think I played against it, it's just fine. There is a point though, once he gets like level 4, where the Troll's a little bit annoying because he just keeps whirling axing you.
Yeah.
Like whirling axes is really annoying for Storm to deal with because you're a hero that like until you get BKB or Bloodthorn, you know, you don't have the best ways to deal with it. Like you're an attack-based hero for damage.
You can see Ghostic left in this 1v1. He was doing very well for himself. It's going to be Pango pick up the first blood, though. They kill the Earth Spirit at that bottom lane. Ghostic is going to be forced back. He won't die, but he does take a lot of damage there.
Surprised that Kaka dies in this lane. 11, though, is picking up some measure of farm. Almost level 3. Almost has his Soul Ring. His bottom rune's going to go to Vampire. He does have shards here, and he's going to make his way mid. He's pinging towards it. Iceberg saying, maybe we can get a kill here. And Vampire agrees.
It's gonna be hard. With the tag team and a beautiful ice shards, they lock in Yi. Doesn't try and make his way around, instead fights and almost gonna be killing somebody. He's got a percentage chance, he's actually got it. He doesn't die either.
Told you, man. The miss percentage is so annoying for these heroes that rely on the right click, like Storm. I mean, this is where the majority of his damage comes from. The overload, he wasn't really able to get off consecutive hits, just dies as a result. And that is pretty massive.
Man, Ghostic. Like, he had the 1v1, and so he went for this 2-0-1 build, does not get a level of his W, his press the attack, which he really needs against open wounds as well as this damage over time from the
I mean, I figured that overwhelming odds would be, especially if you get a one-on-one the last spell, that you want to go for the max-in.
Yeah, I agreed.
Like, even going for like something like 0-1-2 and getting 2 points of the moment of courage so you can trade with the feast,
Yeah.
I think is a better idea.
And now he's just being heavily punished because they keep on zoning him out of that level 4 for as long as possible. Finally, he's going to get it off of this range creep now.
Yeah.
Juggernaut and Storm Spirit are top CS right now. And there you go. You see it. He just removes the damage that comes out from the hero and fights Old Chicken during that open wounds time instead of trying to run away.
On Iceberg, he's committing for this rune. He's going to deny it. Does have a level of pull. He's got to be careful here. He's going to get slowed up. The shards actually trapping him.
Oh no, that
the
wasn't the shards that Vampire wanted.
Oh, that is...
He did shut out the troll, but in the process...
He's just like, sure.
Apparently, Slayer's going to apologize for Vampire.
We take those. We take those. Don't get tilted, man.
Are you not the jovial sort then?
3-1, 5-minute bounty runes are coming up.
This matchup is no longer okay.
I feel Ghostic right now. You know, they just keep on running at him, and he's doing okay for himself. Iceberg does not get hit by that rolling boulder, but does get kicked back. He's going to have to run upriver now instead of back to his tower. They're going to try and run around the remnant. It still pops. Kaka is going to stay on top of him here. Iceberg is actually going to turn around on that support and kill him with kinetic field here as well. The two supports of the Pango rotate over at just the right time and might be able to get the kill on the Troll as well. Troll knows he's dead. He can't run away. Dark's going to get body blocked in as well. They're going to save Iceberg's game here. Might even be able to get them the last hit on the kill. The kill comes out from Kaka and it hits all of them, yes, but there's no follow-up there. Double kill for Slayer.
Man, they actually rotated 4 heroes just to make sure. And I like this because I think it was very easy for Iceberg to just get tilted there, but his entire team makes their way forward. It all starts with the fact that they missed the roll. As you can see, the crowd loves it.
Yeah, you can hear it from them.
I mean, Iceberg, if he knows, like, he's still doing fine in CS.
Yep.
I thought the chase was okay before literally everybody TP'd in to help, though.
Gonna try to go for those security moves off that open wounds, and remove the blow does mean that Kaka whiffs another roll in. He goes for the kickback, but a Ghostic just turns and fights Kaka as best as possible, hoping that Slayer will be able to finish him off, and he does get some recompense here. He's gonna try and go for the pushback there on Old Chicken. The glimpse doesn't succeed though, but Iceberg sees his opportunity. He's not level 6 though. He is level 6. This is Garrett's kills on Dark, and maybe the two of them. Old Chicken's gonna use his infest to be able to jump into the creeps. Fortunately, there's Ghostic there with the press the attack to heal up Iceberg a bit. Old Chicken and Dark will be able to survive that big tower dive they just did and a rotation from the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, that was a big one, but he was going to end up going to the jungle anyways because he wants to get his level 6 here, not get pressured.
11 doesn't really want to challenge the Juggernaut in lane.
Nah, you don't really pressure that lane. He's getting a lot of farm though.
Yeah.
He's got a soul ring, he's got a headdress, he's already level 6. He's been put into a very good position here, just by passively being able to cut the wave, and that's because the supports haven't been able to stop him when he decides to go for that. The Disruptor, obviously, he's playing really well, by the way, but he's been forced to move up and down the lanes to just sort of reset the lanes a little bit.
You think that's why they started off that aggro tri-lane and then they did that big pulling? They knew that the Darkseer needed those first couple of levels.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you just have to set him up with his level 2 Ion Shell, then it's really efficient to get those trades is IE.
Ghostic being dove here in the top lane, but he turns around with the overwhelming odds and actually fights them, especially with Iceberg TPing in. And again, not quite level 6. The Snowball's going to buy them a little bit of time, but the Troll's still going to be able to pick up that kill.
And they get the kill by himself. I mean, you just kind of hear both the supports rotated over. All 3 cores were at top at one point.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a lot of work here. The Storm Spirit has abandoned that lane. The supports are dying somehow against a Troll.
Yeah, well done by Slayer, though, to deny the rune.
Still the top net worth is that Juggernaut. Not too far behind is the Lifestealer. What a big difference, though, in the net worth of the Troll, who's gotten total free farm and a couple of kills, and this Storm Spirit, who's been forced out of lane. 1,000 net worth difference between the two of them. Old 11 set the surge up. He's going to throw down the wall to slow him down to try and get the illusion. It was a good idea, but unfortunately the RNG wasn't there. The Troll managed to get off his ultimate at just the right time. Iceberg was going to disable in, and now Vampire is going to be locked down by this Troll. All these CP rotations from both Dark as well as Old Chicken trying to help him out get these kills, but they actually don't get anything. Somehow the Buzz gets a nice Ice Shard block. Ghost Stick has pressed the attack to run away from the Lifestealer.
So I guess the way that works is the duel does not priority keep him there? Because you saw he was dueled, right? And he was running at the... I haven't seen that interaction like that.
That is weird. Old Chicken. Rotation like that, not being able to get it killed, really hurts him because he's trying to finish up that Hanamagus. And obviously the timing of that item is crucial.
I think he thought that protecting E's game was more important in that position. Do you think he's going to go for the Radiance? We talked about how good the mischance is going to be against a lot of these heroes, but it's not amazing against Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Like, Jug's got Healing Ward plus Spin.
I don't think it's amazing versus Legion Commander either. Because what happens so much is that you don't actually, you have a high damage build, but not a high stat build. And so if you get a Blade Mail duel on him...
I actually think it's okay, because if you were to go for, like, Armlet Deso, for example, and you had Blade Mail with, like, 1,200 HP on Ghost Stick, don't you just die? You're gonna run in, get kill here?
Slayer is not going to be able to make it out.
Dude, Keen is so bad at getting bounty runes.
Yeah, they really are.
I swear to God, Keen. There's no way that this should be a thing.
900 extra gold for the root. Root. Ooh, Iceberg.
Give me the root.
He'll be fine. Yi just keeps on pressuring him, knowing he's not going to get the kill, but just trying to take away those bottle charges. Fortunately for Iceberg, Slayer TP'd in and is going to join in for a gank here, filling up his bottle and being able to get the static storm on top of Yi. Yi did have a lot of magic charges, and he is going to be able to pull it back with a glimpse into the duel. That is going to be a dead Troll. A Snowball coming out, trying to get the extra hero in Dark, but he's already well behind his tier 1. Vampire will not die underneath that tower, though. Another very heavy rotation by Pango. This is the second time that they've brought 3 more heroes to help Iceberg in mid.
I think it's the right idea. Your Storm is most likely going to be the hero that wins you the game, right? So you want to make sure that you absolutely secure his game.
That's mine.
Kaka. Difference in these 4 positions when it comes to their levels. Vampire just picked up his level 5. Kaka's been level 6 for a bit. And that's just all those rotations from Pango into the mid lane, right? They're grouping up so much, and while they are getting some kills, they're splitting the experience, while someone like Kaka has just been able to chill out in lane. Smoke up right now from the Troll and the Dark Tier. Dark Tier's wrapping in to mid, backing up this Troll who's trying to push tier 1 tower. They assume that there's going to be a rotation over and potentially an attempted gank or something on Yi, and they can try and fight this. Iceberg's going to be the one to show up, immediately jumps onto the Jakiro, pulls back Old 11 as well with the TP coming in from Ghost Stick. They really want to be able to slow down Old 11 long enough they can get a dual catch. The glimpse back onto Kaka as he rotated over from bottom, TP'd in into mid.
Oh, that was the wall drop too, just to the vision is Slayer. They're trying to sandwich him here, but he's going to run upwards very smartly. He has a ward there too, is Yi. Going to guess wrong. He's in fact going to go to the left, and Slayer is going to make his way out, no problem.
And he'll just start running back to mid, where he was originally trying to set up for the rest of Pango. He's going to be here again, gets the glimpse the other side of the ice shards for Dark. Iceberg's going to be able to snag that Jakiro. That's going to be a pretty easy kill. A bigger question is whether or not this Lifestealer gets out, as he's now being controlled up in the static storm, but very healthy, and Ghost Stick doesn't have any real damage right now. He's going to come in with the double damage. Iceberg's a little low, has enough for one good jump though. The important thing is he's pushed back, allowing this double damage to go to work and take that tower. Ghost Stick very bravely tries to go in and try and get that deny. Doesn't get it though. The double damage troll is too hard to beat.
And the good news for the Pango is like Ghost 6 Purge is so good in this game.
Yeah.
Just constantly refreshing through. It's going to be really useful when his Storm jumps in too and he needs to fall right back behind him. And if you notice, by the way, the Lifestealer ended up going for the armlet. Like, he has armlet queued up, so I guess he is going for the right-click build. Maybe he thinks that Ghost 6 game isn't going so well that he can match item timing.
Yeah.
Or that he think he'll be able to still do the feast. What do you think?
And I think it's, again, just if you have Radiance and Midas, you're right-clicking really hard, but you have no stats to back it up. This build, at least you have the stats, right? At least you're tanky.
And I guess feast is pretty good for just being able to try to mail.
Yeah.
You don't even know if Ghost 6 will get that item for sure, as he's got not that queued up. I think at some point too, you probably want an Abyssal Blade on your Lifestealer to be able to deal with the Storm. Like, you want one of your cores to be able to catch him down and be able to do like Feast, Basher Bombs and stuff like that. I think aren't bad.
So what do you build as Troll against Storm Spirit? Like, how do you build this hero?
I think you just
stat
go
him up?
statty.
Yeah,
just go real
like Mass and Y sort of build.
And if you can outlast his like initial burst in with the Legion Commander, I think you're in a really good spot.
Yeah. Well, right now he's building Vlad's Diffusal is his item build.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The rotation from the Juggernaut securing this top lane, who's now got a Battle Fury. So this is a Juggernaut that is going to scale quite well into the late game. It's not one of those very mid-game focused heroes, or builds rather. Trying to set up for this 15-minute bounty rune. King Game is going to run over, but the Juggernaut is going to spin on top of the bounty rune and does not manage to grab it. Old Chicken snacks it away from him. Both the Rage as well as the Spin are going to wear out here. They're going to turn with a Healing Ward as well as Iceberg's rotation in. The other side's going to bounce around. Saves on Old Chicken for a little bit with the damage over time coming out. Nice snowball. They're actually going to be able to finish off with the Infest run away. No, he actually doesn't run away. Old Chicken does pop. Pops an armlet toggle. What a beautiful play there as he barely managed to live. Juggernaut tried to turn and right-click him at that time, but he armlet toggled just in the spot. But at that time, he doesn't do it fast enough. Iceberg rolls right over him, kills the Lifestealer, grabs the Earth Spear too. Iceberg feeling ballsy, go deep here, but now he just stumbled into an ice bath. What you doing, Iceberg?
That was such a nice zip in to get the last hit on the Lifestealer, who did not anticipate that timing. He was like, oh, I've got plenty of time to armlet toggle off. But then he tried, I think he was just hyped up. He's like, guys, let's go for more. This is not an easy kill for him to go for. The Troll still had mana, was going to easily be able to get Whirling Axis too if he commits there. He has to rely on Ghost 6 being closer. Like right now, Ghost 6 positioning is great. He's able to purge off every silence, purge off every stun. He's been in the perfect position. He got a nice duel off to isolate off. But his Stormer's just like, I mean, he doesn't have Blink. He can't zip in after you.
10-10. Very even game now. As seems like we've had, some small mistakes on both sides, but both teams also did a good job securing their laning phase. Keen maybe doing a little bit better than previously when it comes to those bounty runes. And another smoke up. This is twice now that they smoked with their Troll.
Anything is better than what they were doing with the bounty runes, man. It's all an improvement.
That's true. Last time they smoked up into the tier 1 mid, they didn't manage to get that tower as a result. This time they're going to go for the offlane tower while the Juggernaut was, and they almost got him too. Unfortunately, Kaka was a little bit late, but at the same time that Juggernaut was taking too much damage from DD, he couldn't just spin TP out. And so eventually he's run down.
Is in fact going back for the Radiance after. So he went like halfway between what you suggested.
Armlet Radiance?
And what I suggested.
Okay.
I think Radiance is so good against Legion plus Storm, the miss percentage chance alone I think is sick. Plus it's not like Ghost 6 getting items anytime soon.
Yeah.
He just finished Midas.
Pulled back into the Static Storm he goes. Kaka. I love how Iceberg just kind of sits there and waits to make sure he's going to get the last hit on the kill.
They're going to lose their
still,
tier 2.
Keen. They got tier 1 and tier 2 off lane for the mid tier 1 and a pick off in the Earth Spirit. Definitely got to be feeling Keen a bit for that exchange, and the net worth agrees. Yee. Oh my goodness. What are you doing there?
I'm not sure why he decided. He just lost a teammate there.
Yeah, and he just lost his mid-tier 1 tower there.
They're going to lose 2 heroes to this now.
All right, Pango going to get some big pickoffs here. They're going to get the Troll, the Earth Spirit, the Jakiro, the mid-tower.
I mean, they have no vision in that area. Yeah, they have no vision in the area. They know that one of their teammates just died.
Yeah.
It's all a little bit confusing.
Well, it is keeping this game, again, quite even. Oh, he went for the 40 Thunderstrike damage over the 200 health, huh?
What a boss. All DPS, baby.
Well, we know what his level 20 talent's going to be then.
What, the extra Thunderstrikes?
Hell yeah. I mean, if you're going to go the damage, you might as well go the hits, right?
I'm sure that, like, sneaky isn't terrible. Actually, not. It's 180 GPM.
Maybe there's, like, something where if you get that talent and the level 4, it's, like, enough damage to... I mean, it's enough damage already to kill range creep. So maybe it does enough to kill melee creeps?
And 180 GPM, right? That's still a lot.
Yeah. He's trying to go for a Glimmer Cape. They need some ways to... I mean, it's such a single target focus that Keen have with their Lifestealer and Troll. Both of them just lock onto a hero and go. So if they can have, you know, 4 staffs, Glimmer Capes, Ghost Scepters, these kind of items, it would do Pango wonders. Tried to hunt for the hero, missed the vacuum, unfortunately.
I think they want a Roche. That's why the Troll is there in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, he's got Vlad's, plus they have Armlet. They have decent ways to do it, but I think Pango's lineup can fight around that area pretty easily, too.
Dire structures are fortified.
Iceberg. Trying to push out that mid-wave, they glyph it. They really wanted to protect that creep wave and get it to push forward. So I guess they want to just go for the tier 2s here.
I think if you take this mid-tier 2, you probably just get like 1 more deeper, and you can go for the Roshan pretty easily.
Yeah.
If you're Iceberg, you have to take advantage of the time where they decide to go for the 5-man.
Radiant's middle tower.
So the best thing that you can do is the Storm.
Yeah.
Dire's
I'm a
bottom
little
tower
bit surprised that they're thinking about going for the high ground here, though. They don't have a wave.
Dire's bottom
Well, they're
tower.
just going to get a bit of damage here.
Yeah, but I feel like this is just an unnecessary risk, especially without the wave.
Dire's
Especially
bottom tower
against
is under
a Disruptor, too.
Yeah, you're allowing Jug and Troll, or Jug and Storm to just get absolute free farm here.
Dire's structures
I think Keen Gaming kind of agreed, so they go back to hitting the tier 3 here. They're like, we just can't let him get that tier 2. Let's force him back. But now Pango's just giving up a tier 3. The Static Storm's going to go down, but there's no follow-up to this whatsoever. He really doesn't take that much damage. Juggernaut finally does get that tier 2 at bottom lane, but are you going to give up the melee racks too?
You need to come back.
Overwhelming odds, a big hit, but the mech is going to be able to a bit now. Nay finally comes in. He's going to be able to get to spin on some of these heroes. Doesn't want to overcommit though. That Troll still has his own. He's going to pop it out, bouncing around. But Troll's going to soak up a large amount of it. The Iceberg could finish off any hit. No big overwhelm hits. They're so low. Ghosting managed to get one of the duels. Finish off another hero. 2 cores down, but Iceberg's out of mana. And that's where Old Kicking comes in. Finish him off. Vampire. He's going to be up next. Iceberg's trying to block him out with the kinetic field. Held him out, but unfortunately the kinetic field fails. And Old Chicken comes in to be able to finish him off. 4 dead on the side of Pango, and Keen will take that melee racks at 22 minutes. You said it was a risky play, but since Pango didn't respond.
Apparently it's not a risky play because I think everybody had TPs and they just sort of went high ground and nobody came back. I thought surely once you see your tier 3 tower at like a half, then it's a pointless move because somebody might get a glimpse back on the way out.
Yeah.
But I guess that works when literally no one defends. That was interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah, I especially with like how like stompy this series has felt. Like you'd figure everyone would be on like ultra high alert, but no, it just kind of works out that they get a full set of racks without even getting Aegis, which is really the surprising part.
Yeah.
Like Keen must have felt really. They must have been so confused too. They're like, guys, no one's coming back.
Yeah.
He's committing for this tier 2 tower at bottom. Like this Jug just committed for the tier 2 tower at bottom while they were hitting tier 3 in racks.
Jump onto Yi. They managed one disable. In, can they get the follow-up? There's going to be the static storm there. So the troll is still is it going to last long enough? They're going to be able to get the duel. And yes, the duel does die. Iceberg's low. He's still getting burnt out too, and he doesn't have enough mana to be able to jump away. That's why Kaka rolls right onto him to finish him off. Ghosting, who he and Iceberg committed for that kill on the troll, is also going to die here. Vampire trying to come in and maybe save the Legion Commander, maybe go for the kill on Kaka, but he just runs out of damage. Keen playing a little back here. Don't want to just, ooh, that ice path. It was close.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for their troll, and I think if you once you get your troll, you can probably just go Roshan now.
Yeah.
And then you've got it.
I mean, there's no way. They traded 2 cores for 1, and they lost Bloodstone charges on the Storm Spirit. That was not a worthy engagement for Pango, and maybe they're just a bit tilted off of losing that lane of Rex so early on.
I still can't believe they were able to just like...
And it's a dead even game.
Wasn't there mid-wave cut? I was pretty sure it was.
At some point it was. What happened is he cut it once, and then he tried to do it again, but they glyphed for it. They glyph saved it.
And then the Jug commits for bottom tier 2.
And now you just start doing desperation plays like this, where Slayer is looking for some way to be able to get into Roshan Pit, I guess, and Glimmer, Cape, Steel, the Aegis. Just very few universes where that play would work for you.
Yeah, but I think you know, maybe you feel like you're further behind than you are, so you've got to try.
Yeah, I mean, they're only 4,000 net worth behind, but they don't know that. The lane of Rack's gone. They probably feel like this game is real one-sided.
I mean, Jug does have Manta Battle Fury, but just not really tanky enough as...
Oh, Yule Scepter. They're going to set this up into the silence. And now they just pop the Troll Ultimate. They just have that Diffuser Blade. They're going to be able to burn through him so quickly.
And Iceberg, who had such a good start, and this game is going in the opposite direction for him. Now you've got the Crimson Guard. This Iceberg gives him the tip, doesn't even care. I mean, I think he's enjoying it still.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to appreciate that. He wasn't even trying to hit the roll. He was just trying to hit the, get close enough so that he could Yule silence him. Iceberg knows he's been outplayed. They have an Aegis. They could easily decide to go for the high ground at this point if they wanted to, and that is, in fact, the idea that it looks like the team has.
15 seconds. There's a buyback available for the Storm Spirit, but he's not going to eat it. Juggernaut is pushing in the bottom wave. He's hoping that he can start hitting the tier 3, force somebody from Keen back, and he can just spin TP away. Maybe they could actually take the fight here. This is where Keen, it could get a little messy for them if anybody TP's back. That's why they're all staying here. They're all staying committed to taking this lane of Wrath.
All right. Go.
Okay. Oh, okay, the Cliff Cave's gonna be able to get the Disruptor out, and the Snowball's gonna be able to bail out Stick. So it's so bad, but unfortunately the Snowball leaves under a nasty spot against Jakiro, who just lines up Macropie. Now 2 of them are dead. Storm Spirit's gonna try and jump in, deal a little damage, but just doesn't do enough. They still have the Juggernaut finish up a lane of Rax at bottom. And the heroes are getting a little bit low. Instant Yule, the Ice Path, the fall of that Storm trying to slow down this damage. Iceberg does manage to jump away thanks to the silence. Stops any follow-up abilities. Very important. The Juggernaut does get that lane, so Rax for Rax.
But you're in a position where you're down 2 to 1. I guess they have to go all the way around, push it out at bottom again. And there's still tier 2 there, so not the worst move in the world they could have made.
Especially given, like, we don't know if Pango can actually take a 5-on-5.
I don't think they can. Like, you're seeing the difficulties that they have right there. They got like a 5-minute static storm, and they just...
And that sort of situation only sets up for opportunity.
Look at this.
Oh,
wait,
he
Yules himself?
self-Yules.
Okay. A little bit awkward.
Look at him just going for it. I mean, it's so hard to actually kill this Juggernaut. You'd have to lead with a roll-in silence from the Earth Spirit.
I don't think
Kaka
that's
shows
enough.
himself. That's...
It's pretty difficult to kill him when he's got 1,800 health.
Mantas.
Yeah, like, it's pretty difficult.
That's why he just keeps on trying to hunt Iceberg instead. But Iceberg is going to play it way more elusive than he did last time. He'll make safe, long jumps away. 11's got to be careful because the rest of the team is actually behind it. He managed to get slap down, and it's being able to control these 2 heroes. The duel will go off. away from the troll now, who's going to turn and hit one of the illusions instead. Kaka trying to roll in, but it's going to be spin TP out. Slayer will try and TP, but he doesn't have magic immunity, so he will be stopped. But a big kill. Managed to get the Darkseer. That's also a dual win for Ghostic, who's now up to 74 damage. And good hidden position there from Vampire.
BKB completed by E. So they want to make use of this Aegis.
It looks like he wants to go back for the SNY too. Meanwhile, an Orchid for Iceberg.
Very good pickup for him. But I think he might have considered getting this before going Kaya.
Just because that silence is so good against Darkseer and Lifestealer.
Yeah.
It was good against the Troll, now he's got BKB though.
BKB Troll makes this game really complicated.
Yeah. And you could see Keen Gaming set up another one. Let's just keep going. Let's just go for that final push. And this time, Pango, they cannot trade Raxes. This is going to be Megas. They have to come back. No matter how badly Iceberg wants this mid-tier 2, 11 actually shows himself, and he does not have boots of travel. They can try and take the 4 versus 5. They immediately try and jump in for this one. Old Chicken still has his rage out, though. The spin. Pango do not want to overextend here. No, the rage's actually going to wear out. Trying to go for the infest, but he didn't get it in time. So instead, he's going to be caught, dueled up, and die. Kaka trying to roll in to save his life. Stealer, good hero. Kaka to be able to get away for a little bit. There's going to be the snare on Juggernaut. Good recap. He actually dies from the damage over time from the Macropire instead. There is the snowball from the Tusk. He's going to go into defense land here. He will die. Neither one of them hop back. It's going to be a 3 versus 4. Another roll in from Iceberg. Just trying to do damage, trying to dissuade King Gaming from going for the high ground, from going for the 4 versus 3 team fight.
I'm so surprised that 11 decided to just TP out in front of them, and he even had time to surge himself over.
Yeah.
And he just casual as can be was like, guys, let me just farm these 2 waves. Like, everyone chill out. Nobody do anything.
It's like so obvious that they were going to try and initiate it.
Because it's a 4 and 5. It's the only chance that you have,
yeah,
really, to win a team fight there. And
better take that than the 5-on-5 that was going to happen 30 seconds later.
I mean, you really feel like this game, if you're Keen, should be more or less wrapped up. And making moves like that, you're just sort of giving opportunities away. This Shakiro Ice Path, by the way, has been absolutely legendary.
Oh yeah, Dark has been a beast.
Yeah, Dark's been. The guy's got he's got an 8
lot of Atos.
He's already got the Storm counter prepped.
We could say it like Storm. That's not an easy kill for him. He can't just jump in and do 2,000 damage too easily for a hard 5 position. Oh, a double damage troll. All right, Keen. No mistakes this time. Let's get all 5 heroes up to the high ground.
11,
Pango.
if you TP top.
Pango are going to have to make the whole tier. What kind of brilliant team fight can they put together? It's definitely going to be a lot of it. Oh, a beautiful. He went to the wall. Yes, they killed the wall. And that needs to be and it looks like the rest of Keen have gotten out successfully, but that is 2 buybacks used by the Pango side.
Good hold though. Against the DD troll, all you're about right now at this point is delay, try to keep this game going for as long as possible, and at least in that regard, they're successful for now.
I like the concept where they're just trying to, I mean, they play so quickly in that regard. Iceberg makes the call. I'm jumping this guy. I'm orchiding him all in.
Yeah.
And that kind of play is what you need, especially when you're defending high ground. You have buyback on Storms anyway.
No BKB or no cleanse on the side of Keen, so the Lifestealer, like once he gets orchided there, it just immediately blows up.
Yeah.
That's why I advocated going for the orchid a little bit earlier. Like if you see his build, like plate mail, but he really just needs a BKB or a Manta.
Yeah.
To be able to reset.
Yeah,
the fact that he wasn't going for either kind of made life unintentionally hard for him.
Yeah. The scary thing is they could do the same to the troll as well. Catch him before he uses his KB chain stunner. But they're too reliant on all their silences. They don't have too many hard stuns on the side of Pango. It's mostly just that duel. which, speaking of which, Ghostic had to have won that one, so now he's up to 118 damage, and he's got a fresh BKB. He's hitting real hard. He even goes for the movement speed because he now knows how important it is to be able to close that distance and get that duel off of the Storm Spirit's initiation with a pullback. Iceberg's a little low on mana here. He's going to have to and jump TP out, make sure he doesn't get hit by the ice path, but the vacuum's there. Iceberg immediately gets Rodovate toes too and stared up. Iceberg does make a long jump away, but it's not long enough. Keen Gaming will run him down 100 seconds. Keen.
March down lanes. You have won this game for yourself, Keen, with that kill. They don't have the Orchid now on the Lifestealer. Now he should feel really confident that nothing can kill him.
Yeah.
That was the only way that they were going to get a kill on him, and with Iceberg's death, I'm so hard-pressed to find a way in which Pango can win a fight. Maybe if they get the Disruptor Static Storm off with the duel on top of that, but even then, 4-on-5 without your strongest hero seems like a really tall ask.
I definitely don't think holding up in the base is going to be able to play. Now that Keen Gaming is kind of set up, they're going to expect this initiation. Ghostic just runs at him with the BKB. Couldn't quite get the troll, so instead he's going to have to turn around, go for the dark. Do manage to kill that dark deer. Old Chicken, he can't actually finish off Ghostic either because of that BKB. They'll get the top. Ghostic does manage to back up. He'll heal up a little bit as well. They got a lot of damage on the Yi. Yi is low, gets pulled back by the glimpse, but Ghostic had to heal, so he wasn't there to be able to play the fight. The damage wasn't enough, but the Thunderstrike was close, and now Yi starts running in, and he's already gone for that ultimate, so he doesn't have any control about how deep he's going to be done. For the open wounds, but
Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant structures are fortified.
Focusing on the melee racks, there's going to be Glyph going out, spin being used by the Juggernaut. That's going to hurt his team. Susceptible to the Earth Spirit now. The melee racks is about to fall. Kinetic field controlling these heroes, locking him in, yes, but they don't need to go anywhere. Goes as another fresh duel. Ice Path is going to be able to let it. That Storm Spirit, he's the only one who's going to get back to the space. That does not matter. Keen Gaming. It's been kind of a rough series. They dominated. They had an outdraft game one, but they dominated still. Then Pango bite back hard. In game two, Keen still managed to keep it together, though, feeling like they are the superior team. They were the highest seeded team here at the tournament, and they prove it in this game three for sure.
Yeah, that was quite dominant, and I mean, it was really just that mid movement down the lane. Before it was quite close, and you see Pango still gracious, thanking the crowd for their support. And well done to Keen.